In single player. Hey, Nico! Chrome! Chrome! Probably the most fun god. By simply the virtue of, again, just... I gave you what you need. That's it. Pulls up newspaper. Fuck off. I believe in the strength I gave you. You don't need anything else from me. Fuck off. How you doing, Nico? I'm hands heavy too today. Hey, Nellop. How you doing? I haven't seen you in 10,000 years. How you doing, my good man? Dude, I streamed like 2 days ago. I'm doing alright. Yeah, I've seen you've been uploading a lot lately. Good for you. Keeping up with the Zuma grind. Alright. I'm getting old. My bones are cracking. Actually, you know you're old when you get out of bed in the morning and the first thing you do is you slightly move your back to the side and it sounds like, you know, popcorn. Grind until I get bored and I'm doing well. Okay, good to know. Well, it's good to know you're not getting bored. Hey, Edward Bailey, welcome. Pass Chrome, I mean Asmo. Do I pass Chrome? Doing good, buddy. Chilling after school. Oh, all right, you're back to school, right? Working on the final part. Nice. How's your day been? Pretty good. I got up about 2 hours ago. You know, doing the fun thing. Hey, Bad Gamer. Long time no see. Shut up. What are you? 29, 30 now? 25. I'm 25. I'll be 26 in September. For what's the matter, you know, in another 5 months. Oh, God. Actually, do you know people are still surprised when I tell them my age? Like, even people in my local, my local spots. Like, I go to my local, the pub around the corner. They're all like, oh, how old are you? How old are you? And I'm like, oh, you know, I'm 20, I'm 25. And they're like, no, you're not. I'm like, yeah, I am. They're like, you gotta be like 30. Thanks, I think. You're older than me? Really? Don't take this the wrong way, Nella, but every time I listen to your videos, I picture you being between the ages of 21 to 24 at the oldest. Like, either you're like right at the edge of the same age as me, or you're like just fresh out of high school. It's kind of how, if anything, that means you sound youthful. Congratulations. Old my ass. Bad Grammar's in the corner like, yeah, but you know these youngins talking about how old they are. Yeah. I mean, that's a little true for us all, isn't it, though? You know, if I were to shave this, which I never will, unless I medically have to, or I join the military, but if I shave this, I'm sure I look like a babyface. I also remember how I looked without facial hair when I was a teenager. Oh, God. I never want to return to that time. I will always have a beard, no matter how much other retards do their absolute most to make beards look bad. Nope. I love my beard. I'm good with it. Maybe... Actually, let me turn up the game volume a little bit, because I was grinding a little bit yesterday, off stream, just kind of on some free time I had right before work. Have you seen the new Space Wolves Terminator models? They represent you well. Oh, the black ones? We was Kangs and shit? I mean, dick size wise, yeah, pretty good representation. Otherwise, you know, I'm afraid the melanin count's a little high. Yeah, I did see that. That was kind of funny. I mean, it's not surprising. I mean, actually, I'll bring it up for on stream since we're talking about it. Let's see. New Space Wolf. What was a Space Wolf Terminator, right? Space Wolf Terminators. I think this is it. Nope, that's not the right one. Those are the old ones. Right, this is it. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, plus this is the article from the 27th, which is 2 days ago. So, yeah, this has got to be the right one. Yeah, let me pull this up on stream. In all its horrific glory. There it is. Yep. We was Kangs and shit. Yeah, yep. And again, I'm not surprised in the least. Honestly, nobody should be surprised. They've been overt with the additions here and there. And honestly, it's just not worth getting enraged about. It's just not surprising. It's really not. I mean, for the longest time, Space Wolves have always been shown as the Viking, Nordic types on Fenris. The reason that they're adding black guys to it now is solely so they can get some cheap diversity points. It's not, I will say this at least, and this isn't me placating to it at all, it's just being honest. There's nothing in the lore that explicitly says that a Space Wolf cannot be black, and like other chapters, the Space Wolves can and have recruited from non-Fenrisian worlds. It's rare, and they don't do it often, but they do recruit from non-Fenrisian worlds in emergency situations, blah, 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 blah. Yes, but they've still never depicted a portion of their chapterhood to be black. Why? Because they've always been part of the Nordic Viking theme, which has been, well, what color are Nords? White. We was Kangs and shit. Hey, Nathan, how you doing, you sexy son of a bitch? How you doing? Oh, Nathan, since I got you here, and I don't think Tehe watches my streams. Nathan, do you know if Tehe's commissions are open? I had an idea. I don't know if I'll be able to commission her right now, though. I'm saving my pennies pretty tightly. That trip to Germany in August is looking very attractive. I'd like to see Dragonis and Khan in person. As soon as I see Karn, he never shares his face ever, so I'm just going to be taking 1,000,001 selfies with him. Like, I probably won't share them anywhere, though. I'll ask if I could share them with you, though, Nathan, because I'm sure you want to know what the old boy looks like. But yeah, we was Kang. Actually, these are just like the base models, too. I know there was a Terminator one. Oh, they even did it. Oh, they even got it with the head takers, of course. Gotta have the representation and shit. I mean, this doesn't affect my armies too much. I mean, I don't like having heads on mine anyway. I prefer helmets. But yeah. I mean, honestly, this is just how they painted some of these faces too. Like you paint these faces Caucasian. Really, the only indicator that this was meant to be a Afrocentric face. Like, I could paint that Caucasian. What are they gonna do? Stop me? I'm gonna paint all my Space Wolves with like white ass skin with afros and shit. See them seethe. Terminator ones are in the recent post to Warhammer community, and this isn't it. All right, hold on. Let me Warhammer home. This is that's right. It goes Warhammer community. There we go. Featured news. Oh my god. Whoa. Right there. Okay. You weren't kidding. It's right in your face. Okay. Where's the black guy? Oh my god. What's with the chop? I mean, the chops, that's pretty normal for Space Wolves to have the chops. It just looks weird like that. And before you ask, yes, it's because it is a black guy. Like, I will say this: that is not an attractive facial hair type for a black guy. Call me racist if you want, but that's not I do not think that looks good on a black guy. That does not look great on a white guy. To be fair, like that is just a weird facial hair. Like maybe if it trailed a little bit more onto the chin, it would look better. But the way it's just kind of, yeah. Okay, that's kind of funny. And they also got Asian one. Yep. I mean, it's not surprising. The space Vikings are losing their Vikingdom. Now they're just kind of space barbarians at this point, because part of I gotta say, like, part of the Viking identity is intrinsically related to them being pale. They're based off of Nordic Vikings. You take away that fact and just make them like just every ethnicity in the book, it's just blatant what they're doing, and it's lazy. It really is. Like, it feels weird that how much you guys want to bet they're not going to do this with the salamanders? They're not going to like make a bunch of Caucasian salamanders. They're not they're not going to do that. Well, first of all, they shouldn't anyway. Like, all the salamanders are charcoal skin, so you shouldn't be able to tell the difference too easily anyway. But it's just silly. But like I said, there's really nothing here to get outraged about that other things weren't more worthy of outrage. This is par for the course, is how I would describe this. And on the upside, not every model looks terrible design-wise. Like, I kind of like this one. It's just, again, the overtness is at its all-time peak, and we're going to get more of this. We're going to get a lot more of this. It's just 1800s type of beard style. It's still ugly. I get what you're saying, but it's still ugly. I think of Nordic, I think of OG pale skin boys, like how I know of history. I know, and I agree with you. That's for history, and that is the basis for the faction. Hold on. But the thing is, this is where you got to be careful, Nellup, and I know you do occasionally do this, and we all kind of do. Sometimes we take like real world history and we apply it too much to 40k. But in 40k, they do recruit from other worlds, and even on Fenris, it's never explicitly stated that every Fenrisian is white. It's the inherent assumption, and traditionally they've always been shown as Caucasian. And again, thematically, they have always been based off of Nordic Vikings, so they all should be Caucasian, rationally speaking. But if we're talking about what is possible, there's nothing explicit in the lore with this, unfortunately. And again, there's just nothing really here that is particularly egregious outside of what they've already been doing. As I said in my most recent video, if you've seen it, I've kind of given up on where the lore is going. And where lore has been going for a while. As it is, everything after 7th edition, more or less, I'm just kind of ignoring. This is part of the course, and like I said, if I were to pick up these models, I would just paint them all white anyway, because I want my theme to be consistent. And even then, like I said, I always go with helmets anyway, so I don't really have to worry about skin tone. It's possible, but I would say they could be the exception, which it could give them more attention to character. That's just me. No, I don't think you're wrong on that front. If these were all named characters, but these are the generic sculpts for the Wolfguard. Now, the Wolfguard themselves are all very special, but it's not like these are hero units, right? Like, these aren't on the tabletop. Like, you buy these special from everybody else, and they're like a hero unit with their own story and their own specialty. These are just part of the generic kits. The reason they're part of the generic kits is the implication is, oh, the majority. Like, you talk about how with the Imperial Guard, women shouldn't be the norm, right? Well, by making these part of the standard kits, not only here, but also with the base Space Wolf units, as is like the Blood Claws or the Grey Hunters, or really a lot of the other generic kits for Space Wolves, they are establishing that black guys are the norm within the Fenrisians and within the Space Wolves, which, again, doesn't match the theme. So it's on that same line of like you have a problem with female guard being the norm, and they're establishing, you know, black Fenrisians and black space wolves as the norm. These aren't being like picked out as special HQ units you can field separate from everybody else that have their own unique stories or have their own unique like backgrounds. That would be better, in fact, especially as long as the story has nothing to do with like their skin tone. Like the thing is, if GW, or yeah, actually not just GW, but if like we were in a different or better era right now for media and the like, I would be more optimistic when I see stuff like this, and I'd be like, okay, maybe they're going to put some like effort into the changes or into the writing of this, and hopefully not highlight the race too much and just talk about like the quality, or just talk about characters that happen to be this way, you know? Written by Gav Thorpe. Is that a joke, or are you serious? I'm assuming you're joking, but is Gav Thorpe mentioned in here? Oops. And on there. Joke, okay. Don't do that to me. Yeah. I did see this, though, kind of circling. It's another We Was Kangs and shit moment. Shocker. Getting old. Oh, well. Alright. We're talking about those demographic Fenrisians from close to the equator, huh? Okay. Saying like the April Fool's joke, I promise. Good to know. Oh. But on a more positive note, I have been looking into Conan lore a little bit more. I was actually checking out the channel that was recommended to me on last stream. It was Grimdark Half Off. I didn't know that guy's channel. He's got a voice for narration. I do gotta say, that was fun. Creep. My putrid meat. Speaking of, actually today's goal on stream is I'm definitely gonna try and gather more iron. Turn that shit up because it's a bit quiet. Robert Howard is not appreciated enough as a writer. True. I mean, I'm definitely thinking, again, if I wasn't pinching my pennies right now for my, oh shit. Actually, no. Oh, I got this. Back off, dumbass. Oh, I'm out. Yummy. I keep having like these one random shits just like crawl up here. Be gone, little shit. Back off. You think he does audiobooks? Grimdark Half Off? I don't know. He's got a voice for it. Like if I heard he did one, I would love to listen to it. Well, it would depend on the book, obviously. But I wouldn't be surprised. Sometimes I think A-Board or Prince, if he had a slightly better mic, would also be good. Like there's a couple YouTubers out there that have voices that are just perfect for audiobooks. And you kind of wonder in your head, like, why didn't these guys do a career in it? Like Voldemort, for example. Voldemort has a voice perfect for audiobooks. I'm kind of happy he makes free YouTube lore content, because the guy's voice is perfect for that medium. Why do I have so much putrid meat? I hate how quickly this shit rots. There you go. Alright, before I go, I should probably make some more arrows. I didn't realize I was so low. There's some Conan audiobooks on the YouTubes that are pretty good. I know Razor has done a Solomon Kane audiobook. Nice. I think a Shadow audiobook. That's pretty cool. crap. Which bench was it that I made my arrows? There it is. Iron-headed arrows. Oh, I need a feather. Oh, let me drop off my branch. I know I have some feathers. Hold on. And more branches. And of course I got the iron, so boom. I'm just gonna make enough to have about 100 arrows. I think that'll be fine for today's escapades. Iron and feather. Boom. Go. Audiobooks in Audible is a pain as a job. Freelancing is possible, but you need to have good resume. Like in Fiverr, as an example, I did it for 2 years, and it was like, oh wait, have you done audiobooks, or do you just mean like you did freelancing unrelated on Fiverr for other things, and then built up a resume for it? Time zone ain't easy. Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, most of my freelance work has been painting minis. Oh, okay. You did freelancing for voice acting. Okay, nice. I've done a little bit of that. Most of it that I did was very, very tiny roles on the Obsidian Archive. A lot of his stories based in his verse, I did some voice acting for. I didn't do too much with that. Not that I didn't want to. But yeah, I do think when it comes to the Obsidian Archive, like when he hired me, it was, I won't say he like didn't take me seriously, but it's more like he had a lot of other people in mind for like the actual proper speaking roles. I just did a couple of background characters. Did it involve with a Space Wolf character? No. No, 50 Shades of Grey win. Oops. Do this. Hey, don't say never, Nellip. You might get a pretty paycheck to voice over an audiobook for 50 Shades, you know? Sometimes the ladies want to hear the voice, you know? Mm-hmm. Gilbert Godfrey. I mean, Nella, you could do Gilbert Godfrey. You got a little bit of that raspiness in your voice. If you like stressed on it, I think you could do a close approximation of Gilbert. You know. That visual, I guess saying that visual in my head isn't correct. That sound in my head is now there. Oh man. I would never have pegged you, Nella. Pegged. I never would have pegged you as someone who did audiobooks, so that is interesting. Huh. The more you know. Actually, fun fact, I do think Nathan could do audiobooks. Yeah, Nathan's got that expressiveness to him. It probably is open. Also nice. Yeah. You did 2 audiobooks, nice, and they were painful, and both of them were canceled. Aw, sorry to hear that, man. You still got paid though, right? I haven't heard his voice in a long time. Look up Gilbert Gottfried reading like erotic fanfiction. It is so fucking funny. Oh god, you will die laughing. It is such a gut punch. Oh, hyena. it as a note. All right. Ow. Oh, so, by the way, one other thing, I don't know if you guys have heard about this, but Funcom, the people behind this game, are coming out with another survival crafting game soon based in Dune. Clearly, or at least based on what I've seen of it, it's very heavily leaning in towards the aesthetic established by the latest Dune movies. I'm not a fan of Dune, so I can't speak to whether there's any, like, lore accuracy or anything to it. But it looked interesting. I probably won't be getting it, like, anytime soon. I mean, outside of penny pitching and budgeting, aside, like, interest-wise, I don't know if it'll fit my aesthetic. I find that I don't really lean too much into sci-fi survival crafting games. Like, I liked Subnautica, but I think the sci-fi-ness and, like, the tech survival crafting, I don't know, something about that just doesn't hit the same as when you do, like, more medieval survival crafting or fantasy survival crafting. Call me crazy. For YouTube, for what I'm doing now is almost a character. Well, no, it is a character. Like, absolutely, like, what you do on YouTube is absolutely a character. I'm not saying like you're like there's any like dishonesty or like it's not you, but I guess character isn't the right word then. Persona, like all content creators do a persona. Gorgulin, welcome. Yo, Asmo, looking forward to the 1.0 of Skyblivion. Okay, so I kind of said this on my last stream because I'm assuming you like that's the mod, that's the overhaul mod for the original Oblivion, right? For me, just so you all know, like with this whole hype around Oblivion, oh shit, the Oblivion remaster, I never played the original Oblivion. I played a little bit of Daggerfall, the OG Daggerfall, but I never played Oblivion. My first, like, proper, full-blown Elder Scrolls was Skyrim. I never played Oblivion back in the day, so when it comes to the hype around whether we're talking about the remaster or the overhaul mod of Skyblivion, I have no stake in that game. So my answer to that question is no. But not because, like, I'm against it or anything, or not because it's just I don't have the backdrop on that. I never played Oblivion back in the day. I completely missed the Oblivion train. And if I wasn't budgeting right now, and if I had a little bit more saved up for money, I would have gotten the new Oblivion remaster. But again, I'm pinching my pennies. So now, obviously, Skyblivion is going to be free. It's a mod. It's an overall mod. But even that, but you would still need the original Oblivion to play the Skyblivion. And I don't have the original Oblivion. I used to Oblivion in Skyrim with all the... Oh, wait, no. So Skyblivion is in the Skyrim. Okay. Are you playing the remaster now? But I played both and started with Morrowind. Oh, nice. Yeah, I've played Morrowind. I played a little bit of Morrowind. I don't think I ever finished it, but I played a little bit of Morrowind. I played a tiny bit of Daggerfall on my uncle's old-ass computer. And the only, like, Elder Scrolls I played all the way through is Skyrim. And I played most of Elder Scrolls Online. Like ESO, weirdly enough, I probably have more hours in ESO than I do any of the independent single-player RPGs of the Elder Scrolls franchise. That does come with the fact that I am an MMO vet. Like, I'm an MMO vet. Like, I love MMOs and MMORPGs. This comes from playing World of Warcraft back in the day, a bit of Guild Wars, the original. Lots of... City of Heroes / Villains. Now, I cut my teeth on gaming with... Oh, I hear battle music. Oh, heinous. You little rats. God, I hate these things. They're everywhere. On. My thirst needs quenching. There you go. Yeah, but I cut my teeth on in gaming with MMOs. The very first video game I ever played was Warcraft 3, so technically my very first video game was an RTS, which is probably why it's still my favorite genre, despite the fact that I suck ass at RTSs. I am terrible at RTSs, despite the fact they're my favorite genre of game. They've redone all the voice act. No, they're really all of it. All the assets in Sky Oblivion are created by the team, so technically it shouldn't need a copy of Oblivion to play around in. That's a lot of work. Holy crap. I mean, I saw rumblings about Sky Oblivion. I figured it was just a visual overhaul. They redid the voice acting? That takes dedication. Wait, how much money did they spend on it? Damn. I don't know, I might... If nothing else, I definitely want to check out other people's coverage of that when it comes out then, because I would love to see what they did with that. I might need to look into that more. That makes sense. I am quite of an FPS guy. Ah, okay. So did you cut your teeth on things like the OG Doom 3D or Wolfenstein 3D or stuff like that? Or... Because my first FPS was Command & Conquer Renegade. For those who remember that game. That was my first FPS. Oh, it's getting dark. Let me run back with what I have. Not that I have very much. I really gotta get a torch. I keep forgetting to make one. Oh, I can max out agility now. I can now double jump? Ah, well, kinda. It's more of a flip. Cruz, what's up? YouTube doesn't like letting me know when you are streaming. Yeah, YouTube hates me. YouTube has always hated my ass. I've gotten used to it by now. I don't know why YouTube does that. Like, I think it's just the fact that YouTube just really doesn't focus any of their content. Focus their algorithm around streaming at all. Like, YouTube has streaming just so they can be in the game with places like Twitch and Kick and the like, but they really don't put enough like infrastructure around it. I'd say they've put more infrastructure. How have I completely... Okay, shit, I am not hitting him. There we go. That was some terrible shooting on my front. Alright, now we're back home. Let me remove my helmet. Boom. Yeah, YouTube is the bane of... Like, if you are a streamer, YouTube has infrastructure for streaming, and it's definitely my favorite place to stream, but not because the services or anything around it are very well optimized for it. It's just that Twitch sucks ass and Kick is Kick. So, yeah, I prefer YouTube. Even with all its flaws. Renegade is great. Even the fan remake of the multiplayer Renegade X is amazing. I have not actually engaged in Renegade X too much. I heard about it. I don't know. I don't have a good excuse for why I haven't gotten into that at all, but it is something I've been interested in before. Because I remember playing multiplayer Renegade with like LAN parties, particularly with my cousin and my sister. And my uncle. Like the four of us, because he had a lot of computers. He had basically his own little mini computer room at their house. We would go and we would play, and my sister would snipe everybody from like the fountain. Sorry, not the fountain, the waterfall. The waterfall. Can't remember the name of the map, but the waterfall overlooking like the Tiberium field, and there's like the little like side cave entrance, so, like where a lot of like the vehicles would go by, between the Nod and the GDI bases. And we would just all gun it. It'd be like 2v2, and it was really, really fun. Lots of hours were lost back in the day playing LAN parties on Renegade multiplayer. So Renegade X might be fun. Ah, you played Black Ops 2. Nice. Yeah, I was the COD I loved the most was the OG Black Ops. For me, Black Ops 2 was a decent follow-up, and every other Black Ops since I've kind of been meh about. Meh to hating outright. I really didn't like 3. The train go boom thing. That was... I still think that's stupid. Yeah. Well, let me actually get these steaks cooking. I'm getting more steak than I have room in my belly to eat. Okay. Alright, so let's get this iron melting. Yeah, if you guys notice, I upgraded my sandstone hut to a little bit more of a proper stone. It's properly built. It's good to say. Hold on. Dang. Yeah, get some more brick. Steel. And we got some steel fire ready to go. Yay. Jenny, how you doing, lass? Hope you're having a good day. Is it Black Ops after Black Ops 2? I don't believe you. For your own sake, don't believe me. We're gonna talk about Black Ops 3. Zombies was good, but everything else is... I mean, yeah, Zombies was good. You don't remember your first MMO bad game? Really? I remember mine. My first MMO was World of Warcraft. I expanded from World of Warcraft to City of Heroes and Villains. I also played a little bit of Guild Wars 1. I remember playing some bits of Star Wars Galaxies, but I can't remember exactly what period. I know I played a couple others. And obviously, more recently, I played Final Fantasy XIV. Although I guess I say recent. I haven't played it in a while. You know, I've been jumping around from a lot of games. Which is weird, because when I between the ages of like 5 all the way to just as recently as when I was like 22, 23 years old, I pretty much solely played World of Warcraft as my primary game. And it feels weird that I went from basically being one game and occasionally playing some others on console here and there and stuff, to now I jump around between a lot of different games all the time. It depends on my mood. Like, sometimes I'll be in the mood to play this game, or sometimes I'll be in the mood to play this game, and I'll just jump around. And it's almost turned into a bad habit. Well, what makes it kind of a bad habit is, like, I'll start, like, a Let's Play on the gaming channel, and then I'll be like, oh, okay, I played a little bit of this, you know, I gotta... Something about, like, also making videos around those games as well sometimes makes me less want to play them. I don't know if it's just that mentality of I don't want to do work. I don't know, maybe that's it. Trying to remember my first proper game. I want to say KOTOR. Your first game was KOTOR? What a way to start. You're on PC with Black Ops 3. You have mods. Zombies is perfect. I am on PC. I pretty much only play on PC nowadays. It's almost doing a variety diet, but with games. Pretty much, yeah. I don't know. Maybe that is the comparison I should do in my head. Is like I used to have like a one. I used to be on like this one note diet with like World of Warcraft, and then as soon as I got off it, now my brain is like, try everything. Fallout 1 Gorgulin? Respect. Mad respect to that. You start off with a very decent RPG. Sorry if that's loud, by the way. Oh, nice. You're not a WoW hater, but you played it. I don't understand the hype. Well, they do. It's a lot of people's first, but I mean that's part of it. World of Warcraft had a lot of hype around it for a couple of reasons. It's a laundry list. So World of Warcraft had a couple things going for it from the outset back in the day. First off, it was very casual friendly from the outset. Like you compare like EverQuest or other similar like old school MMOs to how WoW was when WoW came out, it's night and day. Like WoW is extraordinarily different from its older contemporaries from its outset, because it was much a lot of people, like, including myself, like, we think back to, like, World of Warcraft and its vanilla and TBC and WotC days, and we think about, like, how, like, oh, the quests were actually quite hard. You know, you could actually die pretty regularly in the open world, and, you know, leveling was a slow, arduous, and very focused process. And in that aspect, yes, it was difficult, but you compare it again to its contemporaries from back in the day. It had so many quality of life things and so many ways to help the player, like, level and like handle themselves and adapt to things, and the process of, like, leading you along in zones with the different, like, levels of enemies and stuff, and the way it, like, fed you, like, abilities. Compared to the rest, it was so much more casual friendly. So on top of being a lot more approachable than things like EverQuest, which became like a second life to you, and in many ways World of Warcraft became a second life as well, but it became one of, not ease, but I don't know, it's complicated to try and break down simply, as I'm trying to do right now. Alright, I'm gonna turn this shit into steel as soon as it's done. Okay, that reminds me, I wanted to convert my remaining steel. Actually, I want to convert this into... Actually, no, I'm going to hold off on that. I think we're just going to go straight to steel for most of it. Addiction by peer pressure. I mean, I'm not going to say there wasn't any of that, but I wouldn't say that's what helped. That's what's helped WoW, I think, survive past a lot of their bad decisions. But in terms of, like, establishing themselves, or are you talking about EverQuest? Because EverQuest said a little bit of that, in my opinion. All right, good. So we start on steel. Yeah. With World of Warcraft, one of the things I think that helped it was word to mouth spreading around. Also, like, fans of the RTSs. Like, if you were fans of Warcraft, Orcs and Humans, Tides of War, and then or Warcraft 2, Tides of War, and you were also a fan of Warcraft 3 in particular, like I was, like, that, there was a pre-established fan base and audience who were invested in the setting of Azeroth and Warcraft from the RTS genre. So when World of Warcraft dropped, it wasn't trying to establish. I think that's a mistake a lot of MMORPGs have when they first start out after WoW, as a lot of them, like Terra Online or crap, what's another example? Black Desert Online. What a lot of contemporary MMORPGs since WoW's inception have suffered from is all of them didn't started off thinking, oh, we're going to be a WoW killer, or we're going to be a WoW competitor at the very least, but they lacked one key ingredient WoW had to its success, which is WoW had a pre-established, World of Warcraft and Blizzard had a pre-established audience. Yeah, I mean, me and Gamza, I think, are similar in that regard. Like, I think Gamza and I both are WoW vets that played a lot of World of Warcraft back in the day, and then both of us, because we played the original, because we were fans of it back in the day, we saw what it became and got disgusted with it. Honestly, the people who hate World of Warcraft most, and, like, avidly hate it, the biggest WoW haters were WoW fans. Like, you know, in my case, in Gamza's case, and other people's cases, we played World of Warcraft when it was good. We knew when we were eating good, so to speak, and when we were somewhat respected by Blizzard. And you may not hate it, Jenny, but I do. Like, I absolutely despise what they did to World of Warcraft. Blizzard absolutely fucked that game. They absolutely fucked that game. It is an embarrassment what happened to World of Warcraft, and it's kind of shitty. No, that's my junk pile. Yeah, and 40K, yeah, like to connect to 40K. 40K is very similar. It was good back in the day. It had a very strong legacy, strong game, strong eras. Whether we're talking third edition, I know Ball, who's like a really old WoW fan in my community. Sorry, not WoW fan, Warhammer fan in my community. He remembers back in second edition, which was, for anyone who doesn't know, first edition 40K was Rogue Trader. Rogue Trader really wasn't 40K. Pretty much the whole community. If you're an actual fan having an intellectually honest conversation about it, OG 40K is not Rogue Trader. Rogue Trader wasn't, and it also gets confusing because technically there's also the TTRPG Rogue Trader, but we're talking about 40K. First edition Rogue Trader was not 40K. It was an experiment. With some Relic Dreadnought stuff. Yeah. Ball, how old is Ball now? I think he's in his mid to late 50s. I'd have to talk to him. He might be 60 now. I don't know. I don't know if I'm up-aging him right now or under-aging him. But yeah, he played back in the second edition days. Space Crusade. I've always heard it referred to as Rogue, first edition Rogue Trader. His age, ancient, absolutely. Yeah, the old first edition 40K was, like, I've seen pictures. I've never held in my hands the original rule book they had, but I've seen pictures of it. It looks like way thicker than the Bible. Like, back then they were throwing shit at the wall, trying to figure out what the hell 40K was going to be. Now they didn't even have the name 40K yet. They were just experimenting and testing things out, and eventually we got what we have now. I probably should leave the Riptile hide. Oh, it is sad, the state of 40K right now. And, you know, I didn't feel good to say what I said in the recent video about 40K, about kind of giving up on where the lore is going, but I really don't know how else to feel about it. Because while, like, there are some things that I always, like, fanficked about in my head, right? Like what if Dorn returned? Like, that is something in recent news that, rewind the clock, like, I don't know, 8 years ago. If someone had told me, hey, you know, GW, they, like, in their latest book, they hinted that Dorn's coming back, I would have been ecstatic. I would have been losing my shit. I would have been just uber fucking excited. Now, I'm just like, how are they going to ruin him? What are they going to do to Dorn to ruin his character and ruin what I liked about him? And that's not a good feeling, you know? Like, it's not a good feeling to be on the assuming end of bad. Yeah. Yeah, I can't speak to that too much. I've never played second edition. I played a little bit of like one game, not one game. It was actually two games because we did them back to back. 2 games of third edition, and that's it of what I've played of third edition. I had to borrow a really old ass codex for that though, and the rule book. I think both of them got printed off like in printer paper. I never played any of, like, even in retrospect, never played anything of 4th edition. I've played a couple of games of 5th edition at like a local hobby shop where a guy like really wanted people to play 5th. He brought like a full stack of like army lists and stuff, and it's like, hey, you want to play 5th edition with me? I got everything we need. I just really want to play with somebody. I'm like, you know what, old timer, sure. I don't know. I will give that guy this. Like, he had the energy. He had the energy of someone who really wanted to play. Is WoW Classic good, mid, or bad? As it is right now, can't comment. But as it was, like, when WoW Classic came out, it was good. It was very, very good. I swear, oh, I forgot to repair my daggers. Shit. Let me go do that. Really? You too? Bitch. Fuck off. Yeah, a WoW Classic, it was really just, if it was just like Nestarius again. Like, it's just, they took vanilla WoW, copied and pasted. Now, there were some things that they changed. Very, very minute things that I think most people, even WoW vets, probably missed. But they were negligible. It was, by all intents and purposes, what WoW was like in its vanilla stage. Back in the good old days. So WoW Classic was fun, and assuming they haven't screwed up too much, which, well, they did screw up. Because with WoW Classic, they ran WoW Classic, and it was decent, and then they decided to do WoW TBC Classic, which overwrote WoW Classic Raw. And then they did WotC, which was my favorite expansion. It's when a lot of the issues that eventually destroyed WoW started, but... Got tired of it pretty fast, though. Yeah, that is kind of a downside with WoW Classic. It is... Its greatest strength was also its weakness. It's classic WoW. It's WoW back in the day. Which means it's got a lot of the things that modern WoW players don't really latch onto. Like, a lot of the quality of life stuff that's in the modern retail version of the game is not there. And for better or for worse, again, its strength is its weakness. Hold on. Let's do this. Start crafting steel rods. Or what are these called again? Sorry, steel reinforcements. From there, should be good for stuff. Addy Naruto, what's up? I thought I clicked on Asmongold stream. I don't think he streams on YouTube. And how? We have completely different names and avatars. Hey, Caboose, how you doing, buddy? You're my weakness, I can't quit you. My broke back brother over here. I still find it funny. People are like, "Oh, you clearly got your name from Asmongold." It's like I don't watch him. Well, I say that. Recently, I've been watching more of his videos lately, but that's just because he's been covering like interesting topics for me. But traditionally, I wasn't really a big fan of Asmongold or anything. No, my name's based on Asmodai, which for those that don't know is a 40k character. It's not gay if you're pitching. Sure, pal. Keep telling yourself that. I will simply bring up the SVU iced tea quote. You know what that means? It means you're gay. You reached 400 in Final Fantasy 14 recently? 400 mini pets? What? What have I missed? CSGO and they're still going? Yeah. Make them repent, Asmodai. I do my best. Dark Angel's name, he goes with Black Templars, but deep inside he's a space wolf. Sure. I don't know, like, I like the Space Wolves probably the most during early 8th edition. Outside of that, I don't think I've ever really been hyper invested in Space Wolves. I like the Viking aesthetic, don't get me wrong. I love the Viking aesthetic. But Black Templars have always been my favorite chapter. Imperial Fist was my favorite Legion already, on that point, lore-wise. Great again. Keep feeling like there's something I'm... Oh, that's right. I wanted to upgrade my weapons further. Speaking of... Do I want to switch to a javelin? So, take my reinforcements. I'm gonna put down some steel bars, and I'm gonna need need sticks. I think I have some over here. Oh. What's wrong with Like and Dark Angels? We're a very loyal chapter. Sure. I will find out. Yes, totally. I'm one of the fallen. Orders away into the iron cage. That's an iron within, iron without. Fucking iron warriors. We have a better Primarch. You can suck a dick. Do I want the javelin? I don't want the poniards. I want the poniards. I really gotta get a dismantling bench. I just realized I still haven't built one of those. Actually, can I also keep forgetting about this. Can I make an improved carpenter's bench? I can. What am I missing? I need brick, iron reinforcement, shaped wood. I think I have 2 out of the 3. Destroyed firstborn all the way. No Primarchs, no genetic monstrosities, only vodka and indomitable human spirit. Rash! How did you defeat that horde of enemies, good man? Have you ever heard of this Emperor-made concoction? No? It's called vodka. You should try it. It works wonders. Okay, so before I do that, we'll dismantle if improved carpenter's workbench. Soon I will build a castle, but I want all of my starting stuff done. Alright, so steel, sticks. No, I had a steel bow in there somewhere. Well, that gives me steel arrows. Ancient bow. It requires steel, silk, thick leather, and shaped wood. Ugh. Like Harcanian bow only needs branch and thick leather, though. Still don't have the thick leather part, is the problem. Eh. Hey, Vivek, how you doing?
How you doing, my brother?
Did Valor conspire you to get Imperial Fists? I'm speaking for myself. No, I was never a fan of Valor. Like when it comes to like 40k like content creators, I was a fan of Arch for a very long time. Like almost fanboy level, admittedly. But that kind of changed over the years. I was also a fan of Gamza, but not like a fan. For me, like I know the term fan has kind of gotten muddied because there was a time where it just meant you liked someone in their content. Now I know sometimes it has the connotation of like oh, like you regularly watch this person like all the time and you lorded over their opinions and things like that, or even like you replicated some of like their mannerisms and things. Like the only person like that I was close to that level was like Arch. Outside of that, I really haven't been that kind of fan for any other 40k content creator. And I'm not like that with Arch now for a combination of reasons. Well, the biggest one being I'm just older, right? Like when I first started watching Arch, I was like 17. I was like 16 or 17. I was younger and I was really into 40k, and there was this guy who talked about the lore and like covered it from like in ways that I really thought was entertaining and funny. I don't know. But a combination of, like, working with him directly, as well, like, I've done interviews with Arch, like, I've spoken to him directly, I've gotten to, well, might be strong of me to say I've gotten to know the man. Like, we haven't had that many direct conversations, but, you know, when you interact with someone, that humanizes them a bit more. Not to mention, like, there's some things, in recent years that Arch and I have, like, been on very different viewpoints of. So, you know, on top of growing older and, you know, the concept of being a fan is kind of, like, aged out of me a little bit. But also getting to, like, to talk to the man, directly interacting with him, that kind of thing, and also having, on several occasions, disagreed with him or outright opposed his views on some things or certain... Yeah, there's just been a combination of things that leads to me, like, I wouldn't say I'm necessarily a fan of Arch's now, but I don't mean to say that, like, I'm against him in any fashion. It's just I'm not a fan anymore. But there's, like, no one I am, really. Like, Valeric I was never a fan of. I liked Valeric at one point, but then I actually watched him cover certain controversies and realized he's not who I thought he was. That almost sounds like I'm vilifying him. He's not who I thought he was in the sense that I thought he had a bit more willingness to call out things than he really does. Does humanize to a certain extent, but most of the time I have seen the majority want to throw the "you're wrong" type. You've seen the majority want to throw the "you're wrong" type. Can you elaborate by, like, the "you're wrong" type? Because, like, when I read that, my thought is, like, the gotcha people, like the people who are constantly trying to get the gotchas, like, oh no, you're wrong, but it's actually this. Like, people who don't want to actually listen to what you're saying, but in fact want to just listen for parts of what you're saying to pick it apart and to instead of, like, consume the majority of what you're saying, they're just looking for the one or two things that they can cut in on and say, well, aha, I got you. Is that what you're talking about? Or you're talking about something else? Vex says, Valak I watch quite a lot because he's got good banter and provides good service with his rumor reporting. Has some weird friends, though, like Hellstorm. Well, Hellstorm is a total bitch. That guy is a total bitch. He's an out and right activist, too. Like, he's pushed for female space marines. Not just female custodians, mind you. Female space marines very, very hard. And he's also the guy who blatantly said, like, when people asked him, like, why aren't Sisters of Battle fine for female representation, because he does run on the representation argument. People have asked him straight up, and he said, there's a clip of it out there I shared a while back. He said on a stream, blatantly and honestly, it's because they're not the poster faction. They're not the poster boys. He outright admitted that the reason they push for female space marines via saying that is that they're just trying to plant the flag of, like, we as the woke have taken this over. So, if Valric is friends with Hellstorm, that just shows he's an idiot. Also, I was very unimpressed with how Valric covered the female custodies thing. He went on stream and he said, I don't care. Okay, then don't talk about it. Like, if you don't care about 40k and 40k lore, that's fine. Thank you for admitting as much. Shut the fuck up and leave the conversation then. Because the rest of us do care. That's why we're actual fans. So, like I said, I don't get along, like, well with Valric's point of views. I've never interacted with the man outside of once, personally. And that one time wasn't negative, I will admit. It wasn't a bad conversation. But I'm not impressed with his takes on several occasions, and I'm not impressed with his takeaways of many situations. I genuinely dislike Valeric at certain points. I don't think I should clarify, I don't think he's a bad person. Like, I don't know him personally, so I couldn't say, like, what he's like as a person, right? And none of the people, like Al, I don't even know if Hellstorm is a bad person. But as 40k fans, I will certainly make the judgment that I think Valric is not very good. When you have a discussion with a topic or me doing videos in general, most of the time I never get genuine questions or talks. So instead I would get straw man and you're wrong with zero explanation. Yeah, we all get those though. Like, I'd say, like, you don't even need to be a content creator to get those. Just post on, like, Twitter or Facebook, right? Post an opinion of a thing anywhere. You're gonna get the you're wrong type. So I thank you for clarifying. So now that I know what you mean. Yeah, you'll get the you're wrong types are everywhere. People have, like, their accepted mental image and mental belief of a thing. And they've ascertained it in their own mind to be absolute fact. So, yeah, there's really no arguing with those people. You just nod your head and be like, okay. Yeah. Hey, Reverend Norse, what'd you walk in on? No, we're just talking... Well, I guess the topic right now is content creators. How did we get here? I don't know, we started somewhere and then we got here. I don't know how. He's quite of a shill, in my perspective. I can't prove it, but he's very lenient to it. No, I think you're right. Well, I've described Valric as a simp. Because shill, correct me if I'm wrong, shill normally has the connotation of, like, you're selling out. Like, you're getting, like, pushback, like, you're getting bat pats by, like, the thing you're shilling for. Shilling normally has, like, a financial benefit connotation. And one could argue he might have one from the perspective of, like, he gets... As long as 40k is doing well and is popular, Valric's videos will do popular and will do well, so he'll get ad revenue. But I really don't think Valric is a shill in that sense. I think he is a simp. Like, he is... Eat your enemies. No. I do not worship the cannibal god. The Yeti god of Ymir is who I worship. I will later worship the cannibal god when it benefits me. Right, I want to clear some of my inventory here. I wanted to drop something, I know that. Let's drop all this. I think we're good. Yeah, I'm good on it. Ooh. Wait, when did I use so many arrows? The hell? I went from 100 to 66. Did I really use 44 arrows? Alright, iron bar. You found a high priest of Mitra in the Sinner's Refuge, but I killed them before I realized who they were. Yee. Womp womp. Does admit he's a fanboy for Space Marines. He's not a fan of GW, though. Thinks they're incompetent. Valric gets nothing off GW. They blacklisted him. Again, it's not getting anything directly. What Valric gets... Like, this is not what I think, but this is like the argument for why he might fit the definition of a shill, is though he may get nothing directly from GW, and he may criticize them, in my opinion, he's very soft-handed with it. I've seen his criticism of GW. I never feel like he's really holding them to task. Not really. Like, he'll say some strong things occasionally, but he immediately backs off and immediately starts praising and like, drooling over the latest releases for Space Marines and other things. Like, like your criticism falls completely on deaf ears, both with your own audience and GW, when you're like, bad GW, bad. Ooh, Space Marines. Like, who's gonna remember the complaint you just had 5 seconds ago? So yeah, I just, like I said, I'm not really impressed with him, and I can't speak to him as a person. Again, this is all in the confines of the community, and like as a content creator, this is solely within those confines. I always thought Shio was someone who liked everything. Not really. That someone who likes everything, I guess, would be a... I don't even know what the term would that be. An optimist? No, even an optimist doesn't like necessarily everything, but they look at everything, even negative things, with a hopeful view. Not sure what... but again, Valric is... I don't think is a full-blown shill. I don't think it's financial or beneficial for him when he covers things in the way he does. I think he's a simp. Like I said, like he did, like 40k to him is a coping mechanism for life. He loves 40k. He loves Warhammer. He's invested a lot of time, a lot of money, like a lot of us have, into it. And so when it comes to talking about it, and like when it comes to talking about it and GW, then again, admittedly, he does criticize them, but in my opinion, he's really soft-handed about it. Slanesh is the best Chaos God? Ugh, God. Are you a gooner? I hope you're not. If you say that because you're a drug addict, I have more respect for you. But if you say that because you're a gooner, fuck's sake. Never goon. I agree. Someone who's specifically being paid to promote or support a position, whether by corpus or by the government. Yeah, that's correct. No, and that's what, and again, so I don't think he fits the definition. He's definitely 100%. He's not getting kickback from them. But the only avenue you could argue Bowrick is a shill is from the angle of he makes Warhammer content, and that content makes ad revenue. Oh, I got locked in a position. So one could argue through that that might be why he covers Warhammer and GW the way that he does. But I think he's just a simp. Like, he's hyper in love with 40k to the point where he will not admit when it is objectively going down the shitter, which it has been for years. He will hyper focus on the little things he can focus on to be positive about the whole thing. Like, he will make 40k look very, very optimistic, even when it's floundering and suffering at times. And it has been for years. 40k, in many ways, is hemorrhaging. Like, if you're a fan of the lore, you're out and right been shit on numerous times. Slanesh obliterated the Eldar Empire. What have the others done? To that level? Technically, Slanesh didn't, though. Like, Slanesh did not do that. Slanesh is the byproduct of the elves doing that to themselves. Like, Slanesh was created because they destroyed and were destroying their own society. And realistically speaking, like, the other Chaos Gods, we don't know how they manifested. Like, as far as we know, Khorne, Tzeentch, and Nurgle have always been. Or, with that being said, like, it makes you wonder why... At the same time, like, there's a bit of a weirdness, because some people have said, oh, Slanesh has always been as well, but yet we have a definitive time point when she manifested. It's a bit confusing on that one. So, with the assumption that maybe the original 3 Chaos Gods were also manifested, even though they've also technically always existed, it's very fucking confusing. Arguably, they also might have manifested by destroying entire civilizations. And I would also point out that Slanesh wasn't 100% successful, because the Drukhari and the Eldar still exist. Khorne never gets off his chair. Not anymore. Nurgle can't get off his chair. That is true. Tzeentch doesn't have a chair, or does he? Schrodinger's chair. Chaos Gods, all I can think of is like an egg. It's always there until they hatch. I mean, yeah, again, it's a bit of a weird thing. They have always been there, but yet, in Slanesh's case at least, we have a definitive point where they manifest. Gotta love chaos. Like, when you talk about them in those terms, it just feels like you're... Although Tzeentch is supposed to be the confusing one, yet you talk about all of their origins, it's all just as confusing. Alright, I'm looking for iron. Actually, I might go to the Brimstone Cave as well. I'm hearing the battle music. Motherfucker, don't tease me. That's the battle music, ain't nothing happening. The fuck? Don't get me on edge. I'm ready to fight, motherfucker. Music goes away. God damn it. Ooh. If you have a good chair, you also would not want to get up from it. I suppose so. There is allegations that if you, in a job interview for GW, not retail, mention Valric, will guarantee you don't get the job. I'm assuming they probably have the same rule for Arch. I'd assume, anyway. So wait, why do they hate him that much? Because, like I said, he is always... Like, again, he will criticize them, but he usually backs off from the criticism and immediately, like, love bombs the latest, like, miniature releases in the link. So... Oh, God, I hate spiders. Ugh. Real life, I find a huge fucking spider. I know I'm like Nelup's in the chat and you're half Australian, so you guys get like the ridiculous fucking shit. But for where I live, on the wall behind me, you can't see it, but there was this huge fuck off spider on the wall behind me. And I was just like, actually, as I say that, there's a spider right now. I'm not even fucking kidding. Nowhere near as big as the one I saw, but hi buddy. How you doing? I'm gonna make you a deal. You stay the fuck over there, and I stay the fuck over here, and you don't get any closer. And if you do, I will smash the shit out of you. Sound like a deal? Okay, you're starting to move. Stop moving. Okay. Got it. Fell over. Alright, smacked it. So throws the chair and screams like a bitch. I mean, I hate spiders with a burning pet. Technically, I have arachnophobia, but my phobia doesn't really... Like, when I was a little kid, I did scream like a bitch all the time when I saw a spider. I would freak the hell out. As an adult, my arachnophobia manifests in rage. I smack the shit out of like, when I see a spider, like, crawling on me... Like, when I'm out in the woods, I know they're gonna be there. I just try and ignore them. But when they're in my house and I find them, I destroy them. Like, I don't scream like a bitch anymore. Now I just get angry at the sight of them and I smash the shit out of them. And I know I shouldn't, because they technically are good. Because they catch mosquitoes, they catch flies, you know, they are useful. My mom used to get mad at me too when I would kill them all the time, because she'd be like, no, leave them alive, especially in the barn. They catch the flies so the horses don't have to deal with them. Fucking evil Satan spawn is what they are. For a second there, I thought I left my water skin at camp. Alright, let's get some more coal. Bada boom, bada boom. Shit. I don't mess with them. They are fine. They are in the house. I'll grab the vacuum. I don't go out of my way to mess with them. I have, like, what I call, like, my proximity. Like, if a spider is within 5 feet, I will smack them. I will destroy them. If they are out of sight or way further than 5 feet from me, I will leave them alone. I'm not going to go near them. I'm going to leave them alone. They leave me alone. I don't like it when they approach me. I hate them. We got otters by the pond in my front end. You got otters? Any time so far. Well, that's nice. I wish I had that problem. We have a pond out front of our house, and what we have is frogs. Like a shit ton of frogs. We call them peepers, because at night they make that pee 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 noise. Fear the venom that scares you. For me, I don't even know what about them like freaks me out. It's just the whole package. Like I see them in video games. Like they're a common enemy in video games, so I just suck it up when I see them in video games. And plus, I just remind myself pixels and polygons, pixels and polygons. But I couldn't tell you what it is specifically about spiders that I just don't like. I really don't know. It's amazing how conversation evolves as it goes on, right? We were talking about Valorant like 5 minutes ago, and like warmer content creators, and now we're talking about like our hatred for spiders. Another one? Okay. This bow's kind of useless with them. Do they have to make that kind of noise? Seriously? I'll tell you this, one of my least favorite movies growing up was Eight-Legged Freaks. I hate that movie so much. I cannot watch that movie. Alright, come here. Stop rolling. There you go. Am I using explosive arrows wrong? I noticed they do pretty much no damage to enemies. I don't know. You're 37 years old? Oh. Every time I've noticed this. I don't know. Do I come off as like older or more mature? I don't think of myself as I'm an asshole, like thoroughly. But sometimes because I've noticed my audience, again, this might be my ego talking, but I've noticed like most of my audience and like my friend group, if nothing else, are all in like their mid or early 30s or all the way to like their 50s. Like, I don't know a lot of people in my communities who are, like, younger than that. Not that I mind. I like an older audience, because it's better conversations to have. Ooh, hello. You look like the archetype of the Thanksgiving uncle, the blue-haired freak. Wait, hold on. Let me make sure I'm reading you this right. You look like the archetype of the Thanksgiving uncle, the blue-haired freak of the family crashes out about on blue sky. Thanks? Okay. Beauty equals man, not beauty equals boy. Yeah, most of the time. Bitch. Ow. Fuck. Stun. I'm stun locked. There we go. Oh, she's a Yogg's chosen. Okay. The hell is that? Fuck you, youngling. You've cultivated an audience of been there dumb. Do you mean to say I've been there, done that, wouldn't recommend? Yog these nuts. Yog these nuts. Okay, I think that's a decoration. No mistake. What is that? Yeah, it's a head trophy. Okay. Nice. Alright, do they have anything of interest? What's this? Ah, the weapon repair kit. I will certainly take that. Thank you. That it? That's all they got? That's lame. Oh crap, I wasn't close enough. There we go. You did, motherfucker. Alright, I didn't check the other bodies, hold on. Maybe they got something useful, maybe? Nope. He had fancy meat. Did he? Do you have... Oh, yeah, you're right. He's got that good shit. Thank you. Yummy. Nice fire jacuzzi. True. Toss him in there. No. I still gotta learn a little bit more about the god. I know Crom well enough, both from the movies and from actually just looking up Crom before. Conan's god. I am curious about learning about the other ones. Like, I know a lot of their name. Like, I know Mitra. I know... Holy crap, that was scary. I was a bit off. He's still dead. Go and get a 4-hour nap. Alright, get some rest, Nilip. Thank you for hanging out. Much appreciated. A long day to take care of a couple things. Take care, everyone. It's been fun talk. Fun talk, my man. Rest up. Trying to get that. There we go. Kids are total morons. Yeah. Yeah. Especially this generation. Like, this generation are very, very stupid. Not universally, but there's a lot of stupid kids these days. And also the attitude. I don't know what it is with this. Well, I do know what it is. It's the parents. Parents of this current generation are just absolute shit. Like, they are not taking raising the next generation seriously. They really are not. Like, the kids are being raised by YouTubers more than they're being raised by their parents. Is that bold of me to say? Yes. But truth hurts. Darketo is the horny murder god. That's all I remember from... Okay. The horny murder god, Darketo. I mean, that is a fitting name for a murder horny god. Darketo. Parents don't parent. They just hand them kids tablets to shut them up. Yeah, and the kids are being raised... The kids are emulating YouTubers like Logan Paul and Jake Paul. And other similar, like even though, like, I've heard, like, as someone who works in a school district around kids, thankfully I don't have to deal with them very long. Like, I get to work, they leave within, like, an hour. But even the way the kids talk to each other, they talk like YouTubers do in that performative fashion in videos, right? Like the, what's up, guys? Welcome to the latest video. Like, they're talking to each other like that. They're like, hey man, how is you doing? I can't wait tonight when we start playing the video game, and like, they talk like that. I don't think people realize how scary that is, because they're not doing it just to be funny. They do it all the time. Some of these kids are learning to socialize with others by emulating performative YouTubers. Like, that's how much parents are fucking up right now. It's terrifying. Now, hopefully, as they grow up and actually have to live life a little bit, some of that will be sifted out. But the fact that some of that has to be sifted out is scary. Oh, wait. This seems familiar. Crap, is this where the big fuck-off spider is? I see it. Oh, I fucking hate that. No. Dude, that's parents are thinking that's how the kids are going to get rich, either through doing YouTube or esports. Why do you think they are professional esports coaches now? Esports is, last I checked, unless I totally fucking missed something, isn't esports in the fucking shitter right now? Like, isn't it absolutely failing? Remember when our parents told us we couldn't get a job playing video games all day? That was a lie. That was a lie. Well, actually, it wasn't a lie. Back then, it was true. It became true. So it's not like our parents lied to us when they said that shit. For their generation, that was true. They didn't know what was going to happen and what has happened. Took way too many shots. The only place where esports isn't failing is South Korea. So yeah, like esports isn't exactly doing great. They've been doing terrible. And I am a thirsty bitch. Didn't consider the possibility of hazard pay. Yep, that is true. As someone who works in a form of sanitation, although the form I do is custodial work. There's hazard pay? How many of you spiders are everywhere? Jesus. Oh my god, there's two of you. I hear more of them. Are you kidding me right now? Good thing I got Beast of Burden, otherwise this would be a pain in the ass. Because I can't tell what rocks are meteors. Yeah, I'm not at the star metal stage yet, but yeah. Isn't that mostly in the, like, cold region? Yeah, right now I'm looking for iron. Which I know it's in the... at least near the deserty place. God damn it, I still haven't made a torch. Frozen Tits Mountain. Frozen Tits Mountain. God damn it. Oh, iron? Yep, iron. Found some. I know there's like a massive deposit somewhere. I'm just not remembering. I mean, why do you think the men going their own way movement became so big? It's because men just want to be left the fuck alone. And that's true. And, you know, I totally sympathize with the MGTOW guys. I do. Because it's not great right now. Like, the quality of women out there is really low. It's at all-time low. That being said, I got lucky. I found one of the good ones. And she's an angel. Absolutely love my girlfriend to death. And I'm really happy. But that being said, the amount of terrible women I had to date and get to and go through to get to the point of finding someone halfway decent was absurd. By all accounts, I probably should have quit. Well, again, knowing the lovely lady I have now was waiting for me. I'm glad I didn't, but there was quite a few occasions where the MGTOW mindset was certainly attractive because not all women are bad. I should say that. But there is a lot of women, I think, nowadays, especially if nothing else, I think this is true. The younger women of today, I think, are in a really twisted spot. Yeah. Yeah, I've dated some real bad eggs. Really bad eggs. I dated a girl who smashed my ribs with a baseball bat. So I have been through the ringer. There are many occasions. I don't think anyone could have blamed me for being like, you know what? No, I'm good. I'm good. But I'm glad I didn't. So I totally sympathize with the men who do the MGTOW thing. As long as, like, obviously, I don't agree with the rhetoric of like hating all women, because I don't like it when women hate all men because of the actions of a few bad men. That sucks. So the reverse is also true. But by that same token, as long as it's more of the, you know, I just can't put up with it and I've been through too much kind of thing, I can sympathize and I can understand, and I don't think it's necessarily wrong. Women were told that their value is based on how they compete with men, and men were told they have no value. So if women become the men, then men have nothing to be. That is true. I think there's plenty of women though who either are learning or have learned already, though, that that's not how the reality works. I'm so glad I got the Beast of Burdenstead. "20 expertise is pretty much mandatory on this game because you can't carry shit without it." Yeah, it does suck, the inventory limitations. On the upside, they let you level to the point where you can get everything, pretty much. Reminds me, I can now get the next level of grit. Your stamina regenerates 25 faster. Yes. I definitely want to upgrade vitality. Like, I'm thinking we're just gonna try and max out grit first, and then I'll do the rest in vitality, and then from there I'll hyper invest into authority and strength. I'm so glad I got the Beast of Burden stat. I can still sprint and run around. Oh, come on. Back off. Ow! You son of a... rhino ass motherfucker. I'm just hyper loading up on iron while I'm out here. They finally found a decent deposit of it. It's gonna be a long run back, but it'll be totally worth it. Up is to farm mushrooms, purple and black lotus in the jungle. Crap. Cam Caboose, thank you for the super chat, my man. Very, very generous of you. Hey, batter, swing, batter. I don't have a batter. I have knives. I'm shanking people. I have no issues with the moving rock there, Asma. I have an issues a little bit. He's stubborn. Actually, I just realized my pickaxe is... Can I repair it? No, I don't have what I need to repair it. I hope it holds out. I just want more iron. Oh, someone DM me on... Did I get DM'd? Eight-legged fruit. I fucking hate that movie. God damn it. Where the fuck am I? I did a U-turn at some point. I don't know where or when, but I did. I think I have enough to head back now. Alright, you are encumbered. Yes, I am. Upside is, it doesn't affect me. Ha 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 ha. Those unfamiliar with the theological terms. Egalitarians uphold women pastorship and eldership. Complements hold the view of complementary roles, namely marriage and pastorship. What? Question being that I don't have an appointment today because my doctor's sick. Do I play Crab Champions some more, or do I actually sleep? I would recommend... The ethical side of me certainly encourages sleep. Sleep is always a good thing. But if you have the energy for it, and you really want to, if you maybe you can do a mix of the two, play a little bit of Crab Champions, and then get some sleep. You know, do a little bit of a mix. There's also the Brimstone Cave somewhere, right? Oh yeah, I just passed it. Sinner's Refuge. I'll get more later. We'll be fine. There's no little bit of Crab Champions. You sure? Actually, what is Crab Champions? I guess I should look that up before I say anything. Crab Champions. Oh, great. I hate that it does this. Hold on. Whenever I have my Google Chrome open for some ungodly reason, everything else that connects to the internet gets suddenly censored and blocked. I don't know why it happens. Crab Champions. Overwhelmingly positive. Okay. It's less than $10. Okay. Claw your way across exotic islands, combining fluid movement with the fast-paced combat to become a Crab Champion in this third-person roguelike shooter. What? So you just run around as a crab, a normal, well, not normal, but a crab with a gun. Huh. Okay. Interesting. Well, I would imagine so, Havoc. Oh shit, where's my water skin? I'm almost out of my water skin. I better fill that up as well. Right, time to return to base. Oh crap, hyenas. Fuck off! I've done a lot of fighting already. Aha! You can't swim, you can't swim. Actually, it's kind of weird. None of the NPCs can swim. Why I say that? None. I think there are some, but there's none in like this early area that can, which is weird because there's crocodiles, but they can't swim either for some freaking reason. Alright, so we're gonna take that back. Take that in. Start to. Load it up with some coal. Load up over here with some coal. Actually, and I would like to build a... Oops. I think it's under general. A dismantling bench. Wait, what do I need for a dismantling bench? Insulated? Oh, of course, it's... Gotta be the one type of wood I don't currently have. Alright, if I recall correctly, I need resin and just wood. Yeah, resin and dry wood. Oh, I need a drying rack too. Let's make 2 of them, just to be extra. And I also need some of those wood chips. Those are inner city crocodiles. Their fatherless home never let them learn to swim. God damn. Coming and swinging. I thought I had spare resin somewhere. Appears not. Okay, so I gotta go acquire some. Swim? You can't swim. I'm waiting for him to get his ass bit by a crocodile. I've been bit by a crocodile, but fun fact, you want to know how to get away from a crocodile? Jump in the water. Somehow that works. Yeah, I'm aware Nirufa. Did I say that correctly? I apologize if I didn't. Yeah, but I'm aware. You get bark from pickaxe in the trees. Also, how you get resin. You're encumbered. No shit, Sherlock. Alright, that's at least enough to start out. Instructions unclear. I went outside and punched a tree. It did not fall over and give me wood. I just injured my hand. Alright, that'll give me some dry wood, and we'll do the same over here. Same result. Give me some of my dry wood. And we'll put the rest of the resin in here when we're ready to get some of that wood. Yo. Okay, while I wait for this to cook up, there's actually a video from Grimdark Half Off I'd like to check out. Might as well do kind of a reaction type thing while we're here. And I'm currently waiting. So, yeah, hopefully he doesn't mind. Like, if Grimdark Half Off has a problem with me watching his videos, hopefully he'll leave a comment or a message for me. and I can cut out that segment.
Grimdark. Half off.
For some reason it loaded in slowly. Hopefully he doesn't mind. I've already seen these ones, his initial videos. I'm checking out this one. I don't know why it's already got the red bar. I haven't seen it yet. Yeah, I've been kind of binging some of his Conan lore to learn more about it. Goblin Game, what's up? I never played this game. Is this an online game? Yes. It's not an MMO RPG, at least not technically. There are like bigger servers you can jump in. Dick moved to stream while I'm at work, having a busy day. Well, I'm sorry you're having a busy day, but man. Get the healing he needs. Oh, is he sick? I never played this game. This is an online game. Yeah, so it's a survival crafting game, kind of like Minecraft. Well, it's kind of an insult to both games. He has cancer. I didn't even know that. Goddamn. Really? Is there a place I can like direct people to support him outside of his channel? Let's check it out then. Yeah. But yeah, kind of like Minecraft. It's got like you got like big server online servers you can join if you want to join a lot of other players. You can also set up your own private servers. I think you have to pay money to do that. Where you can set up just for you and your friends, and then you can do single player / co-op with like one or two other people. Why do all the elderly informative men keep getting cancer? I don't know. I'm very sorry to hear he's got that. Conan themed Ark Survival Evolved. You can have a single player local server. Yeah. See, nice. Yep. Well, damn. Fuck. Is there a place I can? Hold on. Now I gotta look it up. I want to see if there's like a place I can direct people to donate to him then, because I did not know he had cancer. I guess his Patreon. Is there anywhere else? He's got a PayPal as well. Game looks cool. Yeah, this is my favorite survival crafting game. Like, overall. I like this more than Minecraft, even. Yeah. It is wicked fun. You can build a lot of crazy stuff. It's Conan cheese through and through. You can make your own characters. It's great. I can't give you like a summarized review. Like, there's just too much about this game I'd gush about. But you can build a lot. You can build a lot of different variety, different levels of like building. There's a lot of it is locked behind paid DLC, but it's, in my opinion, it was worth it. Like the content of the game is really fun, really cool. It's like there's two big ass maps you can explore and build your own little world in. And also, though I have the nudity settings turned off for YouTube reasons, you can also have full nude characters, and there is a boob slider. I turned mine all the way up for obvious reasons. But yeah. Hold up, yeah. About a month ago when it was massively on sale. Yeah, I got Conan Exiles a couple years ago, and I got over like 200 hours in it now, I think. Something like that. That makes your dog huge for a few hours. Oh, that's good to know. Boostside doesn't go far enough. I mean, it would be cool if it could go further, but you know, we settle for the little things in life, you know? When the rest of the package is so good, you're willing to accept some minor failings. At least they have a boob slider. But yeah. quick here. Yeah, I guess I won't do the little reaction to it. Because I don't want to even potentially take away any views that it might get, because all the ad revenue should go to him. So I'll watch that in my own time. I was just gonna watch it on stream because I was just gonna learn some more about Conan. But no, if he's going through something like that, I'll simply say if you go to Grimdark Half Off's YouTube channel and you go to his like links, he's got a Patreon and a PayPal. So if you guys want to support him going through what he is right now, please do so. Yeah, I did not realize he was going through something like that. I feel really bad for him. Man, it sucks. Sure, somebody's probably got a mod for that. Oh yeah, no doubt. Like no doubt, someone's already made a mod to quadruple the boob slider, which is just. She wanders the great sands. This exile is holy shit. Even the narrator is like, badonka donks, and it just runs around. The tits just sway like bigger than her body. Anything tries to attack her just gets smacked. Called the Potion of Endowment. Pretty on the nose there. Alright, so I wanted to repair. There we go. Oh, I need more steel. Damn it. Almost. Snooky wants smush smush. Snooky wants smush smush. Yes, there is a mod for that. I'm glad you just know that. That was bad sneeze. Ah, I hate that feeling. Oh, I hate that feeling. Oh. Hey, get to lunch and get back to the grind. Semester is almost over. Light at the end of the tunnel. Catch you later, Asmo. Catch you later, Havoc. Thank you for stopping by me. Yeah, I think. See, what time is it? I'll probably hop off too for now. It was a shorter stream today, I know, but we had some fun combos, fun conversation. I'll be streaming this again, probably on Thursday. Won't be tomorrow, but probably on Thursday. I'll stream this again around the same time. So hopefully I'll see you guys then. Hopefully YouTube does not screw me on the notifications yet again. But yeah, thank you all so much for coming by. Thank you to Caboose for being very generous with the super chat. Make sure to leave a like before you all head out. I greatly appreciate it. Subscribe to the channel for more. And yeah, we should play this again. Last time I did, I built a castle complex filled with a shit ton of NPCs until my computer at that time chugged down like, oh, goddamn. Take my face the direction of it. Yeah. Well, I'm just saying, absolutely love this game. So I'll catch you guys on Thursday, hopefully, for some more Conan Exiles. I'll probably play this on off stream a little bit tomorrow as well. So if you guys stop in the stream on Thursday and I've done some more, that's why. Anyway, love you all. Have a good day. Catch you guys later.